Hey everyone, today we're going to do some art and it's titled Kindness Rocks. But this actually isn't about music, it's about rocks. And right now you're like, I'm not getting it. Okay, let me tell you what a kindness rock is, because you may have already heard of this. A kindness rock is a rock that you decorate in some kind of way that shows kindness to another person. Now, you're already like, hello, you literally keep telling me every week we can't get around people. That is right. You cannot get around people. Here's another thing. You can't hand somebody a thing because it has your little germs. Even if you just washed your hands, there's probably something there. And handing it to another person means they're taking it out of your hand. And you can't even get that close, right? Kindness rocks are something that happens actually all around the world. It's where you take a rock and you decorate it in a way, and then you leave it for someone else. Okay. Now we're going to get to how to make a kindness rock, but let me cover a few other points first. Number one, you cannot take rocks that belong to other people. That means if it's in somebody else's yard or if it's in a park, because those actually belong to the park. Okay. Now, if it's in somebody else's yard, maybe you can have your mom ask them, hey, can I have that rock? But like, I actually have a gravel driveway. And if you took all my rocks, I'm not going to think that's kindness. I'm going to be angry you took my rocks. Okay. I need those in my driveway. But maybe one or two rocks wouldn't matter. So your mom calls me up. Can my son pick 3 rocks out of your driveway? Well, 3 rocks aren't going to matter. Yeah, he can have 3 rocks. Why does he want 3 rocks? It's a surprise. We'll tell you later. Okay. So maybe you can find some rocks in your yard. You might be able to get them from another person. But however, they don't have to be big rocks. They can be little rocks. Okay. The thing is, we're going to decorate them. This one, I painted it green. And then I painted a red heart on it. And these are my heart beams. These are my little beams of my heart going out to send love. I didn't need any reading skills to do this, but I did need paints, okay? Not everybody has paints. I actually have some paints here and a paintbrush. That's great. But what if you're sitting at home right now and you're like, I don't have any paints. Who can I get paints from? I don't know. Maybe you can get paints from somebody. But here's the thing. You don't need paints. This rock has a heart, and I put stripes on it. And I did this with a crayon. Okay, well, 3 crayons, because I have a red heart, and these are purple stripes. It's hard to tell in the video. It's purple, and then I have like a special sort of blue that goes around the outside. But it's clearly still a heart. You can see that it's sending out love beams, just like any other heart. This one, I actually wrote the word love. Actually, I painted. That was not easy to paint. You can see my O looks a little wonky, but it still clearly says love. So, those are my kindness rocks. The kindness part, though, is that we want other people to know that we're sending love to them. You just said I can't get around people. That's right, you can't. However, you can leave these for people. There's a few problems, though. Number one, like I said, you've touched them. You don't want to put them someplace where someone else has to touch them. And you don't want to put them someplace where it's literally illegal to put them. Don't put them in mailboxes. Now, by the way, people actually like finding these in mailboxes. That's not wrong. But the problem is either they have to leave it in their mailbox and then their mailman is like, why is there a rock in here? Or they have to touch it to pull it out. And we're trying to keep our hands clean. So they have to touch it, go in, wash their hands. So what you want to do is figure out, where can I leave this that they don't have to touch it, but also it can't cause any other problems. If you leave it in a yard where there's grass, people have to mow the lawn. And if a lawnmower hits a rock, it can actually break some lawnmowers, but at the very least, it can shoot it out in a very dangerous way. Oh my gosh, that's so wrong. Do not leave it in a yard. So right now you're like, but there's an old lady down the street, and because she's older, that puts her in a risk group, and so she can't see people right now. but I want her to know that I care about her. I send her my love. How do I do it? Leave it outside a door on something that's not grass. So like a front porch, or I actually have like at my house sort of a concrete, kind of like a porch, but it's really small. But if you put it there, I'm going to see it when I come out of my house to get my mail. I'll be like, what in the world? And then I'll see it, and I'll see it says love. And I'll know that means someone in my neighborhood left me a kindness rock that says love. Now, let's say I'm an old meanie and I don't want it there. Well, I could kick it with my foot and I'm not going to get my hands dirty. It'll be fine. I already have to touch the mail anyway, but if you leave them on the front porch or someplace like that has a sidewalk or a walkway, or maybe they have like landscaping rocks out front and you can just set that. Landscaping is what we call the decorations we put outside our house that are like plants and rocks, okay? So you can leave this in their already house decorations, and that's okay. You cannot get near the person. If when you're walking up with this, and don't walk through their yards, please do not walk through people's yards. People hate that. Don't stomp on their grass because you're liable to stomp on a flower. Walk on the little sidewalky parts and up their driveways. Don't leave it under a car. But you can leave this places where it is safe for people to find, and they can look at it and they can see it and they know someone in that neighborhood loves them. And it makes them feel not so alone. Because a lot of times right now, I mean, sure, we have brothers and sisters and moms and dads, maybe even an aunt or somebody at the house, but it's not the same as it used to be. Things are different now. And so some of us feel lonely, and some people are actually alone. They don't have brothers and sisters and moms and dads in their house, or kids or anybody. And because we're practicing social distancing, they can't visit them right now. So when they see this, they know it means someone cares about them. Think about that. Think about if I tell you, people care about you, I care about you, that already feels better. So if you just came out one day and you saw this weirdly spelled love with my weird O, if you saw this, you would know I loved you. And that's a pretty special feeling to know people love us. And so we can make these kindness rocks and leave them for people. Now, right now, safely, leave them safely. Now, right now, you're like, that's awesome. I'm going to leave one in my grandma's house. And actually, there's somebody down the street, and I don't know if anybody can come visit them. I could leave it for them too. And I kind of want one for myself. I like rocks. I like painting and coloring. Then make one for you. Years ago, like actually even before my time, so think about how long ago that was, there was this whole weird fad where people had pet rocks. They didn't even paint them or decorate them. It was literally just a rock, and people pretended like it was a pet. Now, obviously, it's not a pet. It's a rock, but you pretend it, right? And so you can have a pretend pet, because maybe you don't have a pet at all right now. And you can't really go anywhere to get a dog or a cat. That's very difficult right now. So you can make your own pet rocks too. So I have one. You can't see. She actually has a mouth. Oh, okay. You can kind of see. This is my pet rock. And this rock listens to me when I sing or play music, because I don't have any brothers or sisters here. I have them. I just don't have them here. We're social distancing. But my pet rock can pretend to be my friend. I can pretend it to be my pet. I can take it with me. You can read to it. We'll get back to that tomorrow. But you can read to it, right? But once again, what did we say? Some of us don't have paints. This is a painted rock. But I have these little beads. What if I glued them on a rock? Like little froggy eyeballs. Like these are sparkly too, aren't they? Isn't that nice? They're sparkly. I could glue them on a rock. I actually had some bigger things to glue on. And here's my buddy. I pretend he's a lizard, even though he isn't really lizard shaped. I put a sailboat sticker on him because I just like that sticker, and I had his eyeball fell off. I'm gonna need more glue. It's okay. He's not dead. He's just winking. Hey, listening to you talk. Hey, but I can get glue and I can glue his eyeball back on. But I'll have it glued on later. But then I would have a little creature. I colored him with crayon. Now, you do need to know that you can see that the paint covers better, but the crayon still works. I have like some red and some orangey yellow, and this is kind of a blue-green, and my sticker, and I had 2 eyeballs glued on. Okay, I didn't use glue. That's the problem. I used some tape, and tape doesn't stick to rocks. I should have known better. This one still had sticky on it because it was actually a sticker. But I'm just going to get some glue, and I'm going to stick his little other eyeball back on, and he'll be fine. So then I can pretend to have a pet. I could even color other rocks like hot dogs and hamburgers. And then I could feed him hot dogs and hamburgers because I colored the rocks that way. You can do it however you want, but this is a way to make rocks for you, for whatever reason you want them, and to make rocks for the people that we care about in our neighborhood. Now, before you start wandering your neighborhood and like, I'm going to go give this, tell your mom, ask your mom. Do not just leave the house. I'm a mom, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's really freaky when I hear that front door. I'm like, where are you going? Who was that? Where are you going? Where are they going? Say, Mom, I painted a rock for the lady down the street, the man down the street, Grandma, and I would like to put this in the